And we're back in the garage. This is going to be a super impromptu vid because I wasn't planning on doing all of this work today. But what happened is that I got caught in a thunderstorm, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and I noticed that there was water running down the back of the interior. It was kind of coming down this back window on the passenger side, and I could see it running down the, what do you call it? The panels. So today I went to go try to clean the drains. My assumption was that the sunroof drain was clogged. So I kind of ran through some water through there, and then I noticed the water was kind of running forward in the headliner. Started taking the headliner out to try to clear the drain. Got to the drain and realized that there's actually a crack in the housing. So I was working on fixing that, but one of the things that I wanted to do with the interior was to get the headliner and all the tan or beige parts black. Since I have to take the headliner off anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and spray the upper half of the interior black. So everything, every panel, headliner, fabric that's currently beige or tan, I'm gonna spray them black, and then I'm gonna work on fixing the crack that I found. It's a pretty significant crack. It runs a weird path. But I'll show you guys that in a second. Right now, what I'm working on is finishing getting the headliner out. So got the front half and that back corner down. I'm currently working on the passenger side. And then when I'm done with that, I have to lift up the seat because I have to undo the seatbelt brackets to get those back panels out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. And once that's out, we'll work on fixing the crack, and then we'll work on painting it and putting everything back together. So we got the headliner off. What I just did was I took all of these drains off, and I took the compressor hose and blew air through them. I could hear air going straight through to the rear wheel well on both sides. So there is a drain on each corner of the sunroof, just to confirm that. And I did clear out the front ones as well. But the issue and the reason why we're here is because of this. So pretty sure you guys should be able to make that out, but if you put attention, you can see that there's separation. So instead of going down the drain through the hose, got water seeping through this crack. So what I'm going to try to do is plastic weld it and see if I can get it to seal. Once I think I've done enough, what I'll do is I'll reconnect the hose and pour some water through the top and just make sure that it's going through there as it's supposed to. But once I'm done with this, the next thing to do is make a quick trip to the parts store, either Advance or Autozone or something, and get that interior paint. They do have a interior specific spray paint for fabrics. And I'm gonna go ahead and spray the headliner down, spray down the rear pillar covers, as well as the sun visors and the center console lighting or whatever, and the grab bar and everything. So all of that has to get sprayed black, and then I'll go ahead and get everything back into the car in place. I did have to disassemble quite a bit to get everything out. Seat belts are all disconnected and everything. There are some parts I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna paint yet. For instance, this bracket that I'm not gonna be able to get off of the seat belt. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna do this yet. I might just bring it outside of the car and just lightly coat it a bit at a time and see if I can get it to take color. If not, what I've done before with calipers is I'll spray some of the spray paint into like a can or a bucket or something, and take a brush and just add coats to it from that. It's worked for me for touch-ups on calipers, but I don't know how this is gonna hold to that paint, but we'll give it a shot, see what we can do. I did start with the smaller stuff, you can see here, and I've got the sunroof cover over here. So far I've got a majority of the parts painted up. Everything's got multiple coats. Right now I'm working on painting the rubber molding that goes around the sunroof. But the problem that I did run into is that I didn't get enough paint, and I haven't touched the headliner yet. I've got probably half a can of paint left after doing all of this and giving everything multiple coats. But that thing's probably going to need a can or two on its own, so I'm going to have to make another run outside to get more paint. I did take and pour some water through the sunroof, and good news, no leaks. No water seemed to protrude, so I think we're good on this end. I'm glad my flashlight just died, but I'm glad that this is resolved. So for now, it's just getting the sunroof back ready. The headliner ready and getting everything back in place. One of the pluses of right now is that I can do a better job at tucking the wires for the dash cam. There's a big bundle of it in the back that was in the corner there. I just want to make everything neater and just get everything nice and tight in place, but to be continued soon. Alright y'all, we are back. It is another day. I didn't make it back outside yesterday to get more paint, but I was able to this morning. So we've got paint here, and the last part that we've got to get done is the actual headliner itself. Got everything painted. I keep forgetting that I'm recording this, so forgive me. But working on getting all the pieces that would support the headliner back in so I can get the headliner in place. And once we have the headliner up and secured, I'll work on getting all the panels back in the back seat. Obviously I've got to get the seat belts bolted back up and everything, but for now we're gonna go ahead. Sorry, I got that mad close. For now we're gonna go ahead, finish getting the headliner up, all the visors, all the clips, everything in place, just to make sure it's properly supported while I do everything else. I can't get the panels in the back in until I get the headliner in, because the upper panels do help support the headliner in the back end. So let me get the visors, all this stuff back in to their proper places, get all these clips in. I also went ahead and zip tied the wiring for my dash cam, so that'll be a little neater and not really dangling out in the front. So I've got to work on my zip tie placement and kind of tightening things up. So that's where I am right now, but finish line is close. All right, y'all, so we are pretty much done with the interior. I love the way it looks. It looks so much cleaner than it did. Obviously, the tan interior that was there, let me turn this fan off. The tan interior that was there was pretty aged, pretty old, pretty dingy, pretty dirty. So obviously making it all black just makes it all look cleaner. I am currently spraying just one more piece though. When I did my trunk, I never actually painted the cover for the trunk lid itself, so I'm spraying that fabric now, that carpet piece. So that's over there drying, but let's take a look inside. Now I am 90% happy. There are some things that didn't really work out. One of the things that didn't work out was the seatbelt part, the little loop there. I started spraying the driver's side just to kind of see how it would take to the paint, and the paint kind of wanted to run off of it because part of it is like a rubbery kind of finish. I don't know. But then I also started thinking the seatbelt's going to be constantly dragging there, so it's probably going to rub the paint off anyway. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to deal with that yet. And then the one oops that I made, I went ahead and got the sunroof visor thing in the track, and it comes forward, but only up to there. I think I either left something in or left something out. I don't know. Oh, or maybe it's just supposed to force into that track. Crap, maybe it isn't broken. Can I force that in there? I don't know. I'll deal with that in a second, but maybe it's not broken. Maybe it just needs to be in that track, or maybe that track should have been in the... I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's that. But other than that, everything else is good. You can see it's nice and clean, all black and everything. At some point, I'm probably gonna take this vinyl off of the double din and the center. I don't know if I'm gonna paint it yet or what I'm gonna do, but the vinyl just keeps lifting. because it does get hot in the garage and in the car. So, and also I didn't really know what I was doing when I did this, so it's just pretty mid, as the kids would say these days. But yeah, that's about it. All black interior. Oh, drains properly fixed. I've dumped at this point probably close to a gallon of water through it, and after doing the epoxy, after stapling it, no water penetrating through, so everything's good. I'm seeing all the water running down and coming out under the front passenger wheel well. So the drain is good, and again, that was the whole reason for this, is I wanted to try to diagnose and fix that, and by the time I got to it, the headliner was halfway off, so might as well have. Questions, whatever, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.